everyone, it's Maria Loss here from the Better Lesson Master Teacher Project in Biology, and today I want to check in with you a little bit about some of the student work that you'll be seeing for this particular 5-day organic chemistry lab. You'll notice that the student work looks really good, and I have to tell you it's pretty representative of my entire 5-period day. So the average percentage grade on the group lab report throughout my whole day was an 85%. Students turned in really great work. And as I reflected about it, I thought of a couple reasons why, and the major one, I think, was that we scaffolded it so carefully. We started with a day where we were just looking at the equipment. We focused on 2 tests over 2 different days. On the 4th day, we worked on the student's own choice of samples, and then the last day we reviewed everything together, and I feel like there was a lot more connection to what we were doing and how it related to the concepts that we were working with throughout our unit on organic chemistry. The second piece of this really was about the directions. This was our first formal lab report, and I really made the directions very explicit about what needed to go into every paragraph, what information needed to be included, and what questions needed to be answered. And all of those are on the back side of the student handout. And those to me were the major reasons for the great work. Things that went wrong or reasons why students missed points. Some of them were some formatting things. We were really working on MLA format and sort of being consistent about how we're presenting things when they are typed. I did require this lab report to be typed. Those are fairly minor. In terms of content, some student groups forgot to really address an error analysis of their work and then take that a little bit further, even if they did mention some things that could have gone wrong, not just to mention that they could have gone wrong, but how that could have impacted their data, and further still taking it into what they could do next time to prevent that from happening. The biggest issue that I saw, which didn't happen very often, so to me wasn't very big, where there were just a few groups where it was pretty clear that there were gaps, meaning someone didn't turn in something to their group in order to get it included, or in 2 cases, groups where it was very clear that really one person dominated in having to produce the written product. And the reason why I know that is I use job checklists for any group work. Students need to make a Word document, insert a table, and tell me who did what. And it's a really great way of having an accountability piece for students with each other, and a way for students to communicate to me that they wound up doing a bulk of the work or that someone wasn't pulling their weight in a way that's neutral and doesn't make them feel like they've been ratting out a partner or a friend even. And in both of the 2 cases that I saw this was the case, I pulled the group aside and said, hey, I'm taking a look at your assignment sheet and it doesn't look like things were too balanced. Can you talk to me about what happened? And one group immediately said, yeah, we totally blew it. We left it to so-and-so and she did the work. And I said, well, it's going to be really hard for me to assign a group grade that way. What do you suggest we do? And they immediately offered to redo their parts for partial credit. That was the easy group. The other group was more like, oh, no, everything was totally fine. And I just kept going back to the assignment sheet. I made sure that before I did that, I checked in with the one student who was very clear from the sheet had done most of the work, and she went ahead and told me, yeah, I wound up doing this. I'm pretty upset about it. And so bringing them in, knowing that that was the case, and then sort of not letting them off the hook, but still giving them a chance to fix it, went a long way. Both groups were able to turn in work, and in both cases, the person who did all of the work got all the credit, and the other members got partial credit, and everyone walked away feeling like it was a good experience. For me, this lab report, having it as a group thing is a great idea because it does require students to work on some of those issues. For me as a teacher and for you, the way that I would suggest really helps ensure that those sorts of conversations don't happen very often is to build in time each day explicitly where you say, or I would say, students, right now I want you to check in with your group to talk about who's doing what tonight and what's going to be done by tomorrow for your lab report. And just really making that time and space for them to have that conversation in your presence so you can hear snippets of it and to ensure that's actually happening. All right, I can't wait to hear your results with this lab. I'm absolutely going to replicate this again next year. Bye.